We do need to do better. We need to see more happen here in Oklahoma.
A year ago, News on Sis asked the question, who failed Rylan and Cameron after 14-year-old Cameron Dale and 13-year-old Rylan Harris ran off from the Tulsa boys' home just 9 months apart. Both of them died. Cameron was hit and killed on Highway 51. Rylan drowned in the Arkansas River.
The death of Rylan prompted a lawsuit by Rylan's family against the Tulsa boys' home and DHS. In 2020, there were 226 reports of children running away from the Tulsa boys' home. Last year, that number dropped all the way down to 39. Tonight, what's working and what work still needs to be done to keep kids safe?
You know, sometimes you have to ask the tough questions, and I think you did. And I think you helped precipitate some movement in this problem that we've been having.
Deputy Police Chief Todd Ensbrenner with the Sand Springs Police Department has been dealing with runaway boys from the Tulsa boys' home for years. He says our News on 6 investigation prompted roundtable discussions with law enforcement, DHS, judges, attorneys, medical professionals, counselors, and the Tulsa boys' home.
The last meeting I went to, I think there were 30 people there, and maybe 5 of them worked at the same agency. You know, you had, I mean, as a group, you know, you had multiple agencies, multiple people, and multiple perspectives on what the problem was and how to fix it.
I'm very thankful that individuals are sitting down talking about these issues and what can be changed to try and improve conditions for Oklahoma's youth.
Joe Dorman, CEO of the Oklahoma Institute of Child Advocacy, was featured in our original series. Although he doesn't have a seat at the table of these roundtable discussions, he's hopeful they're working to produce real results that could potentially save lives.
There has to be a game plan, and I'm confident that DHS will look at this and that changes will be made. We certainly need to make sure that the training is in place for judges when they determine when a young person should be sent to a facility, that they're aware of the capabilities of that facility and that someone's not sent to a place where they shouldn't be.
How many Level E facilities do we have in the state of Oklahoma?
I don't believe we have any private Level E facilities.
That's a problem for Joe and for Rylan's family that argues that type of lockdown facility and not the Tulsa boys' home where youth are able to essentially come and go was required for his care, required to keep him alive. The only mental health treatment in the state for Level E youth considered to be the most ill is through our hospital system, where there are 13 Level E facilities. There, Joe explains, kids are capped to a certain number of days, and as long as their insurance will last. To him, the lack of resources is the most concerning.
We've got to improve the situation. I'm certainly been hopeful that there will be federal dollars through the Recovery Act or the CARES dollars that could go to alleviate some of those issues and try and help out. We've got to try and get these kids the help they need. And we can't send them to facilities that aren't built or equipped to handle young people like that.
Now for a closer look at the runaway numbers from the Tulsa boys' home over the past 5 years. You'll notice 40 in 2017, then 93, 101, 226, to 39 just last year. J.D. Nolan says the task force roundtables is a great starting point. Scheduling conflicts while in session kept us from meeting in person, but she provided a statement saying in part, by implementing the ideas and improving stakeholder communications through the task force, we are seeing a significant improvement in Tulsa boys' home runaway statistics already. I look forward to hearing additional ideas as well as any recommendations regarding future legislation related to this matter. And when it comes to new details on the death investigation into the deaths of Cameron and Rylan,
unfortunately, there have been no updates. We're still awaiting the results of the investigation to determine what exactly happened and then what will happen to try and change the system to make sure this never happens again.
I have been able to confirm over the past 7 years there have been more than 200 troubled youth from Oklahoma sent to other states like Tennessee for care through a DHS partnership. Joe Dorman calls that a Band-Aid on the critical situation and in his opinion can't be a long-term solution. The Tulsa boys' home and DHS both declined to meet with me for this update, citing ongoing litigation.
But what a difference. What a change already being made.
226 down to 39. Pretty incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, several streets in Owasso are